First, let's talk about identifying a hag. The hag is actually really hard to identify until you've seen her, or until a trap has been triggered. Because the hag has a small terror radius and a small size. So the hag, does kind of have a stealth element to her. She can sneak up on you when you're not expecting it, because she's just so small. And her terror radius is nuts. I didn't put a trap down. Sorry, I was about to, but I didn't put it down.
I saw you going down, but then I was about to try and
things that you can use to identify the hag. If you're on the other side of the wall, you can hear the trap laying noise, and then if you want to come run over that
really
trap,
loud too.
Yeah, which is pretty loud. If you want to run over the trap right there, the teleporting jump scares. You can hear that from pretty much all the way across the map. That's how you identify a hag. Hello, Prikating. Welcome to Dead by Dojo. Her other strengths is that she has great map pressure. She can teleport to any of her traps. I believe it's within a 46-meter radius from her. So
is it that big?
It's huge. Pretty big, and it can be made even bigger by add-ons. So my favorite add-ons to run are the series of add-ons that that increase the range, and they are the bug add-ons. I don't remember what specific. I think it switches which types. Yeah, cicada wing is one of them. Mud, there's fly mud. Mudfly is one of them, and it increases the range, so she can boom, be anywhere in an instant, and that's crazy. So she has crap ton of map pressure. She can be anywhere. She's excellent at guarding hooks, which is something that any hag worth their salt will do, is they'll put a trap on the hook. So what can you do to counter this? Well, her weakness is that she's very power dependent. She's only 110 killer, so she doesn't move as fast as other killers. She's really not great in a chase. She doesn't, unless she's already set up. So she has to set up. So for example, if Lydia wasn't here, can you pick up that pallet? Sorry. If Lydia wasn't here, what I would do is and if setup time is, I would place a trap there, and then if you'll move, I'd add a trap here. So when I came to this strong loop, Lydia runs, triggers the trap, drops the pallet, and then I teleport, and I can get a hit. So I totally make that pallet null and void, but it takes the setup time. If I don't have a trap there beforehand, then it doesn't matter. So I have to have a trap there. You have to have your traps actually placed. She's very dependent on her power. She is a defensive killer. She's not an aggressive killer. So this requires the survivors coming in, like Lydia was saying, coming in, interacting with her and her traps. But one of the things you can do is you can crouch over traps. So I'm gonna put this trap right here, Lydia. Come and crouch over it. If you crouch over the trap, you won't trigger it. So it's a good thing to know when you're going in for a rescue. If you're going in for the rescue, crouch over it. If you are being rescued and you know that the hag has put a trap down, you need to crouch the moment you're off the hook. Otherwise, the hag is going to pop over and hit, pop over anyway. And it's really frustrating as a survivor to go in for the rescue and have been so meticulously careful and painstakingly slow if you're not running urban evasion to get the rescue, and then the person you rescued doesn't crouch, and the hag just pops up anyway. With the sneaky flashlights to kill traps. Exactly. That is the next thing we're going to bring up, is you can use flashlights and flashbangs to get rid of traps. When you are using your flashlight, those of you who are looking on Lydia's screen will see that it actually makes the trap glow, so you know you're pointing at the trap.
Yeah, can you drop another one really fast?
Yeah, because the traps can be kind of hard to see.
Oops, I was too close.
Traps can be kind of hard to see.
And I think they actually will also light up if you're nearby it or something. Like if your flashlight beam is around.
So, another thing to do is intentionally trigger traps. If you think you're out of the hag's range and you know she's on the other side of the map and engaged in a chase that she might not want to give up, or that or if she is carrying a survivor and you know there are traps around, go and trigger them, because she won't be able to teleport to the traps, and that will just totally destroy all the preparation she has done beforehand. If you are intentionally, so don't be afraid to intentionally destroy the traps when you know the hag is busy. All right, because that personally as a hag main, that's one of the biggest things that irritates me. Is like, man, they just blew up all my traps, and I have to set up a bunch of traps again.
The second you start like breaking, like even if you're just like breaking a generator, because usually by the time it triggers and the time you're done, like breaking a pallet or whatever, teleporting in, you can't get like the instant hit. And then the second you pick someone up and like 4 traps go off, you're just like, oh, I have to go do that again.
I personally, as a hag, never break a pallet unless I know that pallet is like, a pallet that's so they don't like. You have some of them in RPD and some of them in Midwich where it just blocks off and you have to break it to be able to go down the hallway. So I personally never break a pallet because instead I use the pallets as traps against survivors. I will put a trap around it, and survivors will more often than not trigger the trap, and then I'll get the hit. Doesn't matter how strong the pallet is. All right, add-ons to watch out for.
Really quick, Drabor over here is saying that she would love to learn how to play hag at some point. So maybe pretty soon, maybe not next time, I don't know, we'll swap from doing a survivor-based dojo to killer-based dojo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and if you want to learn how to play hag, just come watch me play and say, hey, Patrick, you play hag. I will gladly play hag. I love hag.
Oh, yeah.
All right. First add-on to watch out for is the mint rag. This allows the hag to teleport to any of her traps across the map. So it's kind of, and it's twofold, because if you the initial when you look at the power initially, it's like, oh, she can tell, it's just an infinite range add-on, which is true. If the trap is triggered, you can teleport straight to it. But also, you can look at a trap. If you look at a trap and press your teleport button, you will teleport to it, even if it isn't triggered. So even if you are being careful, the hag can teleport over to the trap, using mint rag. The last add-on to watch out for is the rusty shackles. This makes no trigger notification except for the hag. So as a survivor, you would be running around, and you would get no notification, like because if you look, if I put this trap and then lift Lydia right up on it, normally you get that jump scare. The mud, it's called the mud phantasm. It pops up and the killer, and you know that you triggered the trap. Yes, teleporting to the trap from the mint using the mint rag does destroy the trap. Excellent question, Frida. Yeah, but with the rusty shackles, that mud phantasm wouldn't appear. That would so you wouldn't know you triggered the trap, and then suddenly, bam, hag's there, and you get hit, and yeah, it can be really scary. Hag is one of the few killers that actually still jump scares me in this game, and like causes me to be scared. Like at this point, just have so many hours in this game, it's like, whatever, scary.
You're
scary
fully
killer.
dead inside. I'm aware.
No, but hag makes me jump. All right, any additional questions about hag? Playing hag is just relying on your power. Honestly, playing hag is knowing where to put your traps, where to, and then teleporting your traps, and knowing also what your add-ons do, because there's a lot of add-ons that add nuance to the power, like increasing the length. Like I have, there are so many cool plays you can get with the increasing the length of how long the trap is active. So many cool plays that I wish I could describe them, but it's really hard to describe them without showing them.
Without showing. Yeah.
But anyway,
well, I had a question.
Yes,
Shoot, what was it? Also, hi Joker, I love you very much. Oh shoot, what was it? So it seems like she has a lot of counterplay.
Yes,
there's a lot that you can do against her. You just need to realize that it's her soon enough. So I feel like the main obstacles is if you're playing solo queue and it takes a while for people to realize what's going on. And also the 3-gen with the hag is like a major issue. If she can 3-gen you, you're dead.
Don't get 3-gen and don't go down in the basement. If you get down in the basement and the hag gets you in the basement, you're dead. It's like a trapper. You're dead if you go down in the basement. Just might as well kill yourself on the hook and move on to your next game. If you go down in the basement against a hag, because if you let the hag trap up the shack, You know, it's, you know, unlike the trapper where you can, you know, you can crouch over the traps. But like the moment you get the rescue, she's gonna turn around, go to that shack, and you're gonna have to be crouching up the stairs to avoid the traps. You're dead anyway. Like she's gonna be there, even with her 110 speed, and get you out.